Hey guys, it's Sonia. Welcome back. Welcome in for another cozy, creative jewelry making, jewelry crafting session. Today I'm going to play with some polymer clay earrings. I love these. I found these right here in little sets, and I'm like, I'm going to turn these charms into earrings. I think that would be so sweet. I personally love color. I love whimsy, and I also love polymer clay. So if you might remember, last summer I got into making polymer clay pendants myself, and I didn't get to the full process. Oh, well, you just want to come out, don't you? Process of turning these into I was going to turn them into necklaces, and I am going to turn them into necklaces, but this is how they came out. So I made these. Ooh, these are an energetic bunch. They're like, get me out of this cage, get me out of this box. I want to be loved on. So this is the design I made here. I'll show you the two that I did. I did batches of. So we've got some shells right here, all different sorts of beautiful shells. And I also did the process of stamping on the back. Tell me if you've played with polymer clay before, if you have any interest in learning how to make stuff with it, different looks. I love mixed metals, you guys know that. I love color as well, and crystals, and I wanted to make these feel metallic. So you see how they have that silver pewter sort of look to them. I love this one. Oh my gosh. So I was thinking about I picked some, I want to say sea glass because I'm from the sea, but I picked beach glass here in Lake Erie, and I have quite a bit of it. And honestly, now that the weather has turned nice, it's a great time to get out and pick more. So you know how we wrap those quartz point crystals? Yesterday, I do the same process, except I do it with the beach glass. So I was thinking that maybe, and I'll show you what I mean in a second because I kind of did one over here. So anyway, what do you think of those? Tell me if you have any interest in doing some polymer clay projects, if that's something that you're interested in. And this is another batch that I did. Again, a different color. I made this one for me. I need to this was a test, okay? And so again, I love my crystals. And so I did a test of putting labradorite, and then I did this beautiful flower because you know I love flowers. And I did this really cool statement pendant, and this was a test, and I think it came out beautiful. Tell me if you like it. And I feel like I should make that one into a necklace for me. Like this is the mother, right? This is the inspiration. And I just sat down and played with this, and I wanted to see how it would work if I put some of my favorite crystals with the polymer clay. And I don't know, then I got the idea of like, how cool would it be to do dragon eyes and stuff? So let me know if that interests you, because you know what, I have a feeling that I'm going to be playing a lot with jewelry this summer, and we'll just keep this fun time going. But this is what I did. I did all these. I'll show you that in a second. I did a whole bunch. I started experimenting with all kinds of fun stuff. Like I even put in this one here, I did a little rosette, and I put a piece of glass, clear glass inside. I wanted to see what it would look like with clear, and just to see how that would come out. This one here is a fun one. I did this one with a little bit of blue glass inside. You can actually see the beveled edge inside the blue glass right there. And this was a little rosette, just trying with different styles and seeing what I would like. But I love that sort of jewelry. You know, if you make what you love, I think your heart comes out into it. Look at this, guys. I already get sweat. Do you see that? This is how humid it is here today. I don't know if this is showing up on camera or not. But just holding this. It is so warm here today. I feel like we are under a dome, right? Tell me if you love the mushies. So I did some mushrooms. So you can see I did these in metallic style, and they have like a bronze over them. So I did a couple different styles of mushrooms. Where'd you go, Mr. Mushroom? Right here. That one. And then I made these little tiny stars because I'm like, how cool would it be? And I stamped them. I put a moon into it. Yeah, I put my initials on the back of everything, the SM. And then I'm like, okay, this is kind of going to be my inspiration. Let's do a test and see. So I started drilling beach glass last year. I taught myself how to do that. So again, let me know if you're interested in learning that technique. And then, so there's beach glass, and then that star that I did, I put a little star onto it, and then that is my little mushroom there. And I thought, could that be a cute little, and it's stamped with my initial on the back. And so I just kind of sat down one evening and tried that, right? So it's just supposed to be kind of like dangly, you know, just dangly pieces. I love it. I love it. So let me know if you're into that sort of thing. But that was a lot of fun. So I love polymer clay and started experimenting with that. Let me put add to my big tower that I showed you yesterday. And then I saw these. Now these are very easy to make as well. I know from playing with polymer now, like how we arrived at these. But I thought these are so cute. I'm just going to grab these charms and turn them into earrings. So that's what we're going to work on today. So stay tuned for that. Tell me how your day has been since I saw you last. The other thing is, since I saw you last, is I worked on a bunch of just assembling some necklaces. So I'm about to put those out on the shop floor today. I love my little mermaid. Last summer I made some of these, and I also hung a piece of beach glass off of them. We've got some gorgeous prism dangles here. And then a little mushies, a little magical trinkets is fun. And then the beautiful phoenix right here. Love the bird, the phoenix, how it rebirths itself and just, you know, it just alchemizes and turns itself into something new. And I just love the sentiment behind that. That's beautiful. So anyhow, this is what I was working on as well. So I'm going to go when I'm done here, and I'll be putting those out on my shop floor. Got everything else that we made out this morning, including the quartz points that we did. Those were fun to make. Oh my gosh. By the time I want to be gentle with this because they are the clay. By the time I got them all together and I took a video, they were like just all clinking together. Oh my gosh. It's so fun. So those two came there. Let me grab my other two. So I have a bunch of charms on the way to continue to make stuff with. And I also have more beads coming in because we fill our bead bar. So something to look forward to if you are somebody who enjoys making jewelry is I go out and I grab from my bead bar, but I'm going to start selling the strands of beads on my Etsy. I did a few last summer with great success. And now that I'm back into my bead making again, if you see me make something and you're like, boy, I wish I had those beads, now you're going to be able to get them as well on my Etsy. So I actually picked up this whole pack of mixed crystals in here, and today with these gorgeous little rainbows, I think I'm gonna, I have a design in mind. And so I have those, this obsidian, there's all kinds of turquoise, there's aquamarine in here, Dalmatian jasper, serpentine, you name it, it's a mix. But I'm gonna pick something that will work with these. And then I also went and I grabbed a handful of these things, little beads. They're called tagunut. Have you ever heard of them? I went to a jewelry show a couple states away, and I met a family from South Africa and South America. And they sold these beads, and I bought strands of them and I cut them, and they're all throughout our bead bar. So look at all that moisture. Holy smokes, it's warm. It's hot. I'm not going to complain, though. We just went through half a year of winter. Who's complaining? Not me. But yeah, so the tagunut is known as just basically nature's natural ivory. And they are seed pods. They're a type of nut, tagunut, that grow on a type of palm tree down in South America. And they take this seed pod and, I have so many different shapes and so many different colors. But I thought for this project today, I'll grab a bunch and then I'll just match it up with the colors of the rainbow that I feel like it would work well with. Because these are going to be some bright, very cheerful earrings, right? So let me go ahead and grab out. We're going to start with, these all have jump rings. So let's just take a look. How is the jump ring looking on these? Can we work with that? Like I said, not all jump rings are created equal. So I like to do a little check. Make sure they're strong. And I think they will work just fine. So we're going to start with our head pins. Come on, give me two long ones. I'm going to have to go fill this guy up again with long ones. Oh, he's got a bent bottom. What the heck happened to you? Don't even know. We don't even know. Okay, we have those. That's going to work just fine. Seeing if I have an option left. I like using the head pins that are a little bit longer. It just gives me more to work with. There we go. Okay, we've got a bunch. That will work. So what we're going to do is we're going to open up our head pin. So where are you guys watching from? You'll have to let me know in the comments. I just went in and responded to yesterday's comments. Really nice to hear from you guys. I'm so glad that you're a chatty bunch. You know, I'm over here talking to myself, so it's nice to meet people and just to hear back what you're thinking, you know. I hear a dog outside. All right, so we're going to take this little loop that's already on it. We're going to drop it right inside, and it's going to fall off. Where are you two? Come on. Do you hear that, puppy dog? My dog, Tiki, right now is the cutest. Look at that. Already, she's taken off. I just went outside. Believe it or not, I took this mirror out to the front desk and I rinsed it again off. And I don't know if it's ever going to come clean at this point. Somebody's not happy. We're pet friendly, so sometimes dogs come inside, but that one sounds like it's outside, to be honest with you. This is another way to do it. Just open a jump ring if you want to. Either way, you're going to hook this jump ring on to your little eye loops. Gorgeous. But Tiki is under the desk. It is warm and humid. And, you know, it's the lazy, hazy days of summer, right? And, oh my gosh, we weighed her yesterday, and she is 5 pounds. So Tiki is our Yorkie Chihuahua, and she's spicy. She's spicy, but she is the sweetest little girl, and she's so funny. So yeah, 15 years old, and she has a little spot underneath our desk of the shop, and it's just a big opening, and there's nothing in there but her blankets and her. And so, you know, in the mornings, she wants to go, she knows, like, breakfast, when we eat breakfast, if we go to the kitchen, okay, this is food time. She'll lead you, you know, to take her to the kitchen, but pretty much she wants just to lay there. And or she'll get up and go to the doors and she lets you know that she needs to go out and potty or something like that. But right now, she's a hoot. Now this jump ring is a little bit weird. Let me see if I can just make that a little bit wider there. It's almost like it crosses over. I'm not necessarily in love with it. But yeah, you know, to be relaxed as a dog or a cat, because they have no problems sleeping, and especially right now with how warm it is. We have this little fenced in cage, open air cage that she can go in, and we put her blankets and her water out there and just watch her through the window. And she likes to watch the cars and stuff like that, you know. Okay, there we go. Had to make sure that was on good. So there we go. We've got all these ready to rock. 4 rocks. But yeah, I can't blame her, can you? So here's what I was thinking. I might do each set like a little bit of a different take on colors. So in these beads, these are crystals. I believe this might be like common opal here, but they're all crystals. I put it under a UV light, and judging by the pink that it glows, the light pink, I think it's calcite or common opal. Matt feels like it might be common opal from what he saw. So beautiful white crystal, really nice material there. And I think on the white, it'd be fun to put a color like green. What do you think? Just fun little whimsical earrings, right? So let's do that. And then I could do a red, but I feel like green would look kind of cool there. Maybe on the other ones we'll put red. Let's see how they compare. Let me make sure this is up as close as possible. And then we turn it. I have a link for this as well. Stay tuned, that is coming. All right, so it stays open a little bit so we can link it. But yeah, there's our earring, right? Just fun. And then let's do the other one real quick. I try to pick two that are, again, because they are crystals, I want two that are pretty much alike as close as possible. And then I'm just going to pick one of these little tegu nuts. So there's your lesson for today. Tegu nuts. So pretty. You can see kind of like the veining into them. But yeah, they're beautiful. You know, to think that we make, somebody had the idea to be like, yeah, we're going to go ahead and we're going to take these beautiful, beautiful seed pods and we're going to turn them into gorgeous jewelry. All right, and just like that, friends, look. Tell me if you're digging the rainbows. What is that company that their thing is Taste the Rainbow? What is that? Is that Skittles? It might be. All right, so now I'm going to do two of the black that look pretty much alike. I could use some Skittles right about now. So let's do the obsidian. Drop that on there, just a classic black. And then, you know, I could do a white one if I wanted to, or yellow could be kind of fun too. Yellow would have been on there, cool on there. Honestly, you can't go wrong. I'm just looking for a color that matches that, nice and vibrant. But look at this. Look at it. Tell me if you love it. Tell me if you love it. Are you digging it? All right, so we do this. Tighten it up. Boom. Beautiful. There we go. And then one more. That, and then we did, oh no, we did green. I wanted to do a red one. Why did I pick green? Why did I pick green, friends? Should I keep it green? Maybe I should. I don't know. Maybe it's meant to be, okay? Maybe it's meant to be. But I'm going to show you what red would look like because maybe my fingers just picked up a different one because I think red is kind of fun too. Cool, right? I love it. But since we're on a green kick, we're going to stick with a green kick. It ain't easy being green. You know, I could cut it if I wanted to, but why? Because they're both beautiful. And I think that's gorgeous. You know, it's meant to be, right? It's meant to be. And either way, they're beautiful. So no need to undo that. That's my thoughts anyhow. All right. That little guy right there didn't really loop, but it's okay. I can squeeze him. They always like stay kind of open. Gorgeous. All right, next up we need some little wires. So what's your favorite summertime snack? You know what I've been thinking about? Cold watermelon. Probably because it's so warm. Yeah, just thinking about cold watermelon. I see people put this stuff on their watermelon. I've been seeing it. It's now because that's open, I'm just literally sliding my little ear wire on there. I'm going to post these on my Etsy guys as well. So if you see any of my creations that you like, you can shop on there as well. And then of course they'll go into my shop. I think it's called tahine. It's like a, don't quote me. Is it like a chili lime? I've never had it. But people have been I've been seeing that seasoning. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I love that. I love that. So I might have to try that. What's a weird combination of food that you guys, I mean, that's just, it's not really weird, I'm sure, but to me that's weird because I've never had, I don't actually put seasoning on my, I never grew up putting seasoning or any type of thing over my watermelon. Tell me if you've had it and if you like it. I'm gonna have to try it. today for an afternoon pick-me-up, I did one of my favorites, which is your bread of choice, whatever it might be for you, as your base. And then I put sun butter. If you ever had sun butter, it is it's made from sunflower seeds. It's so wonderful. I just do the sugar-free. It's just perfect for me. So I do favorite bread base, and then I put my sun butter, and then I put a banana. I slice up a banana and put on top of it. And I'm going to tell you, it is the bee's knees. I've also been eating a lot of dates. You know, it's either dates or a chocolate bar. And I'm like, I feel like something natural like that would be better for me. So I'm trying, you know, when it gets to be summertime, you eat a little lighter, especially here on the East Coast. In the winter, when you have half a year, you eat differently. And then it gets really hot and humid, and you shed some layers, and you're like, don't really want anything too heavy. Guys, we got it. Okay, stay tuned. We're going to put these on the cardboard backing because that is like the awesome finale of, these just kind of swivel. That is the awesome finale of when you get to create something that is not in existence and you take it and you have an idea and it's one of a kind, and then you get to put it on your cardboard backing. Now this little loop here, for whatever reason, it might be because my wire was bent, so I'm going to play with him here. I mean, the worst comes to worst, all you do is you just take your pinchers and it keeps wanting to swivel. All you do is you just recut that again. It's going. I just need to get the hold of it and squeeze really, really tight. All right, that's it. We got it done. We made it happen. All right, love it. Love it. Yes, please. I'm going to say I am A-okay with that, with how they turned out. I could have used any color that was in the polymer clay. Since the green ones were like, green was ready to go, we're going to stick with the green. And look at that. Just two different variations. One, you know, they're both classic with the black and the white on here, colorful, and just by stacking a couple beads here, you know, the round and the little smaller one here. You could put as many beads on as you want. It'll make your earrings longer, but I went with round because the rainbows are kind of like that shape, right? It's just they felt kind of bulbous. So anyhow, here's our two earrings. We did that today. Super excited. We're making all kinds of progress and putting new stuff out and filling the shop up for summer. Thank you guys for joining me for another day of fun. Again, leave me any thoughts below. I do read the comments and I love to hear from you guys. Tell me if you're working on something. What is your craft of choice right now? I am loving crafting with jewelry. It just brings me so much peace. And there's not a lot of heavy lifting involved. You just kind of sit down in a beautiful spot that you created with all your beautiful things around you. And, you know, it's very it's just very flowing and freeing and exciting. And, you know, from somebody who used to paint furniture and do a lot of heavy lifting, the idea of being able to create something that people love as well, but to be able to like not have to lift heavy things, right? I can take this hobby anywhere with me. In fact, when I go home this summer in about 4 weeks back home to Canada, I'll be taking my little box of beads with me and we'll keep on beading. All right, we'll bead by the sea. So stay tuned. We're going to make that happen. I promise I will make that happen. We're also going to do some beading by the lake. So that has been a desire and I'm going to make it happen. We're going to sit by the lake and we're going to do some beautiful creations. All right, friends, I hope you have a beautiful day. Do something that brings you joy, and I will see you back here again tomorrow. Bye.